Part of the reason Gen X folk don't like to stay on the phone very long is because when we were kids, you had to wait to get on the phone. There were 5 people in the house, 1 telephone. It didn't even have push buttons yet. So you had to dial, and you had to dial the next number. Hopefully the phone wasn't busy when you called the person. When you called the person, you probably had to go through some sort of secretary, usually a younger sibling or a parent, who would then tell you that the person wasn't there. And that was only if you didn't get a busy signal when you called. Hopefully it's not a parent who answers. Okay? I called my friend Lisa and said, hey, do you want to go on a date? I'd like to go see a movie with you. Well, the movie you would want to go to with a pretty young woman when you're a teenager, you want to go to a horror show. Because hopefully that means that she'll jump into your arms out of fright. This is a stupid thing. We went to Friday the 13th in 1984, so I think it was Friday the 13th part 4. We get to the theater. I don't remember how we got there, come to think of it. Maybe my mom drove us. Maybe Lisa had a car and her own license and she drove us. All of which would be the kind of thing that would make it so that you only got one date anyway. But this was even better. So we go and we get to the theater a little bit late. So we ended up on the front row on the right. So her best friend Jen is in the theater and she's somewhere in the back on the left. And the thing is, Lisa had a very distinctive voice and so did Jen. So something scary happens in the movie. Lisa screams. Jen, in the back of the theater, is laughing her head off. And so, of course, something else scary happens in the movie, and Lisa screams. Jen is in the back laughing her head off. Pretty soon, the whole theater is screaming and laughing and screaming and laughing. It's the funniest thing. And yeah, I never ended up going on a date with her ever again. She's a wonderful woman, and I wouldn't have dated me either. So, tell us about your first and last date experience. Tell us in a duet, comment, or a stitch, and hopefully it's a funny one.